Hey everybody, another one of these, what I consider is a stupid video, but I'm doing it because again, I'm trying to go through all of the operators and making sure that we could create for you a complete video series, and that way I don't get called out for, hey, well, you missed such and such. So I'm going to try my best to cover every one of these in case, that brings value to somebody, and sometimes it may, sometimes it won't. And this is one of those that I feel like I didn't want to do, but you have to do it for the sake of being complete. All right, so this is arithmetic operators. I think all of us have graduated through elementary school, so we know how to do basic addition. Okay, so here's the first one, addition, subtraction. Now, this might not be so intuitive because normally we'd use like a multiplication symbol, but mathematically or programmatically, we use the asterisk to do multiplication. And likewise, not a normal looking divisional symbol, at least in the US English language. This forward slash, and there's two of these, like there's a backslash and there's a forward slash, but nonetheless, if you look at your numerical keyboard, assuming you have one on your keyboard, above usually the num lock around there, all of these mathematical basic operators are there. That's the divisional symbol, the multiplication, addition, subtraction. The one that may not be so apparent if you're not familiar is going to be this power. So this is the power of, think of it as exponents. In junior high-ish, I think I learned about exponents, maybe even 6th grade. And then of course this is just simply a percentage symbol or a percentile symbol. And so this can be used in mathematical operations. Obviously, everybody knows all of these, most of them already. So we'll do 5 plus 5, we should get 10. As you just saw, 5 minus 5 is 0. 5 times 5 should be 25. 5 divided by 5, well, that's 1. Okay, and so then if we do 5 to the power of 5, right? So it's 5 times 5, whatever the sum of that is, times 5, whatever the sum of that is, anyway, so on and so forth, till we go through 5 iterations of that, because that's the power of, or exponentation. Now, we haven't covered these yet, but I will cover that here. There is a function that you can use in lieu of this. It's entirely up to you. Personally, I use the mathematical operator because to me, doing it this way is so much easier than doing power, and then we do the base of 5, and then what's the exponent? 5. That was what we had earlier, right? And we get the same one. So you decide which one's easier, all of that typing or simply this one. Okay, so I know which one I'm choosing. You guys choose whatever one you want. And then of course, we might do 100 times 50%, right? And so then we'll get 50. And so you can do it that way. And so the output is a numerical integer or numerical value. So anyway, that is it for this video. Actually, I think there was one other one to call out. Yeah, let's include this one here. So let's do, we got to do something crazy. So 7 divided by 3, okay? So we don't get a full number, okay? So you might be saying, I don't need the full number, but I need to know what the remainder is, right? And so if you need a remainder, there's a thing called modulus, and the modulus will give you the remainder only. So if you're looking for just the remainder of this, so 3 goes into 7 2 times cleanly, and you get 6, and then 6 minus 7 is 1, that's the remainder. So that's why mod will always return the remainder. Now this is very interesting. So if you think of things in terms of something Boolean, odd numbers are always going to be 0. So if we do 6 instead of 7, we get 0. If we do 7, we get 1, okay? So odd numbers typically always have a remainder of 1, and so if you're dealing with a grid and maybe you want to shade every other row in the grid with a fill pattern and create, you'll need to track the row number, but you can take the row number. So let's just say the row number is 15 and you divide it by 2. That's the trick right here. Always divide the row number by 2. And you're always going to get a 0 or a 1, a 0 or a 1 type output. And so, why is this yelling at me? 15 divided by 2. There's an error in the formula. Mod, row 15. Oh, that's right. Anyway, so what you do is you sit here and you take whatever the row number is, always divide it by 2, and so it's either 0 or the output's always going to be 0 or 1. Odd numbers are always going to be 1, and even numbers are always going to be 0. So it's a Boolean output. Think of it almost like a true and a false expression. And so you can use the modulus or mod function, which is a part of the mathematical operator. If we pop over here into this, we can see callouts and references. So here we got a call out to this on the, so let me go back up here. All of these are the arithmetic operators that we're working on in this video. And so there is a call out over here to the modulus function, so you can see that. Again, all of this documentation, click on the documentation link below and you'll see it. I just wanted to give you a practical, real world use case, at least as far as what I'm concerned, in how I've used it in the past. So if I got a table and I'm connecting it to a data set and I want bands of color, like maybe a light gray and just a white, that's how I use it in the fill property for that row. I use this modulus function, and if it's 0, I make the color this color, or if it's 1, I make the color that way, and then you get these alternating bands. So anyway, that's it. That's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.